It's Mrs. Delp here. I'm going to go over what we're doing in English class this week. You should have, according to RenWeb and Google Classroom, read Chapter 9. I'm going to go over kind of in detail. I put together a presentation that dives into the literary devices Golding uses, the like symbolism, foreshadowing, kind of the tone and the dynamic with characters and how they're evolving and changing, okay? And this will be helpful for the essential questions you're going to answer at the end of this presentation that you'll post on Google Classroom. And that's pretty much it, the requirement for this week. Make sure when you are answering these questions that you are answering them correctly. Otherwise, I'll send it back to you and you have to recorrect it, okay? Okay, so a view to a death in Chapter 9. So the sequential order of Chapter 9 is Simon first discovers the true identity of the beast. And remember, the identity of the beast it's not a tangible thing. It's more of an internal, we all have an internal evil to us, I guess. That's what Golding is trying to prove, that we all have a little bit of evil, good versus bad, right? The little voice, we have like the devil versus the angel on your shoulder type thing, okay? So that's really more internal thought. Internal, it's the beasts in each of them. Each of the boys have a little bit of that in them. Simon realizes it, okay? Second, Ralph and Piggy are bathing. And then last, the party at Jack's tribe and the death of Simon. So the title of this chapter is highly significant, A View to a Death. It foreshadows the impending events, okay? So when you open up chapter 9, it says A View to a Death. That should hint that, oh boy, something bad's going to happen. In this chapter, the islanders will experience a human death for the first time. And why is that significant? Well, it's significant because Simon's death signifies the end of civilization and goodness. Because Simon, the character, that's what he represents, good. It is as if good is being destroyed. Okay? He dies as he is trying to explain the beast to the other boys. Besides the title, what other events foreshadow the death of Simon? And the first thing that came to mind when thinking about this question is that Simon, back when they were climbing the mountain with Ralph and Jack, Roger, they were trying to find the beast. Simon, if you remember, they went up to go find the beast. Piggy was looking after the little ones. Simon says to Ralph, because Ralph is afraid that they're not going to get rescued. He's worried. Simon reassures him and says, "You'll get back all right." But what Simon doesn't mention is himself. He just says Ralph will get back. So that's a small hint that Simon is not going to be saved or be rescued, and kind of foreshadows his death to some degree, okay? My slide's getting frozen. Okay. So the usual brightness was gone from his Simon's eyes, and he walked with a sort of glum determination like an old man. So the omniscient narrator shifts from Simon to Ralph and Piggy. And omniscient, as we've talked a lot about first semester and a little bit this past semester, what that means. You've probably learned about it last year in English as well. Omniscient is third-person narrator. And what omniscient means is all-knowing. So the author knows the feelings and thoughts of every character, and that's why he's shifting from Simon to Ralph to Piggy. At this point, Ralph is hopeless and believes that bathing is the only thing to do. A couple of little ones were playing at the edge of the pool, trying to extract comfort from a wetness warmer than blood. This demonstrates how the islanders believe bloodshed is comforting, which displays their retrogression into savagery. Okay? This demonstrates that they're slowly going from civilization, it's going to be chaotic, and they're leaning more towards that savagery behavior. Ralph and Piggy splash each other with water and begin to wish for unrealistic things, such as a shift in weather or the opportunity to go home. Notice the anaphora. Anaphora, if you don't know what that word means, is repetition. They repeat, I wish, I wish. Okay? They begin to notice the absence of certain individuals such as Sam, Eric, and Bill, realizing they have gone to Jack's party. Eventually, they decide to go to the party as well. Ralph, laughed at Piggy, expecting him to retire as usual and in pained silence. Instead, Piggy beat the water with his hands. Before Ralph and Piggy joined the party, everyone was cheerful, dancing, singing, laughing, and enjoying the spoils of the hunt. Jack sat on a large log which was dragged in the center of the lawn, and Jack, painted and garlanded, sat there like an idol. Notice this simile, okay, comparing like or as. Once Ralph and Piggy arrived to the party, they were offered some meat and accepted the gift. Okay, notice the weather in chapter 9. Sky of thunderous brass that rang with the storm coming. Okay, setting the tone and the mood, what's going to come. Jack brandishes his spear to direct orders and has a rather demanding, authoritative tone. So we see right there that power struggle. So if we go back to that, Jack brandishes his spear to direct orders and has a rather demanding / authoritative tone towards the boys. So there's this power struggle between Jack and Ralph. They have an argument. For Jack Covet, he wants to possess, be the chief of his own tribe. Jack asks the islanders who will join my tribe and have fun. Jack deems the conch useless, essentially depriving the conch of all power. The thunder strikes at this time. Why is this appropriate at this time? You can think about it as, when we're thinking about rising climax, this could be the climax, thunder strikes or the rising, all right? Something bad, okay, that's evokes fear, kind of when we hear that lightning struck, we think of something bad happening. And that's the point Golding is with illustrating this scene. Jack offers protection, meat, and fun, while Ralph offers shelter in the storm. So if we compare Jack and Ralph as leaders, you got Ralph. His ideology, being rescued is a top priority, where Jack, on the other hand, wants fun over being rescued. Ralph is the elected leader. He's democratic, seen as more civilized, and then you got the opposite of Jack, declared himself chief. Dictatorship is seen as more savage and primitive. He is power hungry. Ralph, often depressed and somewhat level-headed. Jack, always amused and easily frustrated. Ralph, tending to the fire over hunting. Jack, hunting over hard work. Ralph, at this point in the book, he is declining in power, and we see Jack, at this point, gaining power. And they each have a power symbol. Ralph is the conch, because that's what he can speak and create order and demand order. Jack's power symbol is the spear. So Jack and the others play the game in which they pretend they are hunting a pig. Piggy and Ralph, under the threat of the sky, found themselves eager to take a place in this demented but partly secure society. What does this say of society on the island? Society on the island is changing from civilization to savagery. Jack and the others chant, kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood. Eventually, during the chaos of this game, Simon enters the party trying to warn the group the beast is merely a corpse. And what it is in his head, right? It's not really a real thing. It's just that evilness within us, okay? That everyone's capable of doing something bad or evil. Due to the chaos of this game, Simon enters the party trying to warn the group the beast is merely a corpse. Due to the chaos of the game, the group begins to brutally attack Simon, eventually killing him. Simon's red blood stains the white sand of the beach. Okay, a lot of symbolism and imagery. Notice the weather becomes calm and clear. On page 154, the creatures described are kenning for the boys, which demonstrates how the boys were completely deprived of their humanity. Simon's corpse is thrown into the ocean with any remorse for what they've done. The strange attendant creatures, with their fiery eyes and trailing vapors, busied themselves round his head. Tons of symbolism in this. We have the conch, okay, is used as a symbol of power throughout the allegory. And do you remember what an allegory is? Allegory is referencing the title of this book, okay? Symbolic of the devil, the Lord of the Flies, that evilness. Ralph reminds Jack that he is the chief by telling him that he has the conch. So Ralph has the power. We have the scar, and they're mentioning the scar a lot. That is where the plane crashed. That's the location where the plane had crashed into this deserted island. A rip in the forest caused by the crash landing of the boys' plane on the island. The scar symbolizes that man and his savage nature destroys paradise merely by entering it. Very thought-provoking, right? The scar symbolizes that man and his savage nature destroys paradise merely by entering it. So they destroyed it by just being there. White, the color white, okay, that white sand. is used to show peace and innocence. For example, the white sand of the beach was stained by Simon's blood. The killing of Simon took away the innocence of the boys. Powerful, okay? That symbolism right there. That image of the blood staining the white sand, that's the innocence of the boys going away. Okay. Couple other symbols. Okay, the brown, the storm is coming, okay? As well as the decrease of innocence and the increase of savagery that was associated with the act that the boys were about to commit, okay? So this setting and the storm and the lightning are setting up and leading that climax into the killing of Simon. The fire is the hope of rescue. And then you have Jack's spear over there. Power, similar to the conch, it represents that Jack is the chief or leader of his tribe. Okay. Essential questions to answer. These are posted on Google Classroom. You need to answer these for your assignment this week. Remember, I am going to give you strict feedback. You need to put some thought, put some effort into these. Answer them correctly, good to go. Don't, you're getting them sent back and you're going to have to redo them. Okay, so there's only 4. Take your time, do it right. All right. I answered a lot of these within this PowerPoint presentation, so you guys should be good to go. And you can always email me or through Google Classroom with any questions. So the essential questions you're going to answer: what is Golding trying to say about the capabilities of human beings? And we saw a lot about what humans are really capable of. Is Jack an adequate leader? What do you think? And give me support. Don't just give me a yes answer or no. Why? How is Jack developed? Explain with support. Events from the chapter. What theme is expressed in this chapter? You could go with a lot of themes. Give me one. Provide specific example to support your statement. Textual evidence for your responses. Do it right. Do it well. You'll be done. If you don't, I will send it back. So put some effort into this, guys. Reach out with any questions or concerns. Office hours are 9 to 10, Monday through Thursday. I will post this. This is posted on RenWeb and Google Classroom. All right. Take care. Hope everyone is staying safe. Miss you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.